Brothers and sisters, we're asked for prayer. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful. All praise is due to Allah, the Lord of the worlds, the Beneficent, the Merciful. So, Master's Day of Judgment in which we now live. Thee alone do we serve, and Thee alone beseech for Thine help and aid. O Allah, guide us on the right path. The path of those upon whom Thou hast bestowed Thy favors. Not on the path of those upon whom Thy wrath is brought down. Nor those who go astray after they heard Thy teachings. Say He Allah is one God. Allah is He of whom nothing is independent, but upon whom we all depend. He begetteth not, nor is He begotten, there is none like Him. And I bear witness to none deserve to be served, worship, praise besides Allah, who came in the person of Master Farad Muhammad. And I bear witness that the Honorable Elijah Muhammad is our true servant and last apostle. Ameen. We'd like to acknowledge the brothers and sisters who sent us the greetings of Assalamu Alaikum. We have the Rafiq family. We have Brother Minister Salim Bey from Oakland. We have Sister Samira and Brother Alif Musin from Detroit. And we have Sister Badia Muhammad from Hawaii. And I'd like to say in the name of Allah, who came in the person of Master Farad Muhammad, and in the name of his last and greatest messenger, most honorable Elijah Muhammad, I greet the brothers and sisters with the Nation of Islam's greeting words of peace of Assalamu Alaikum. And we want to continue with our topic of which one will survive the war of Armageddon. But today, we want to talk about accept your own and be yourself. And we want to start with this YouTube. It's a YouTube of Isaiah Thomas talking about he's not an African. Now, when he was saying this, he was saying it on, it wasn't Sports Center, it was some sports panel they had, because it was Shaq, it was Isaiah Thomas, it was Chris Webber, and it was some other brother. I don't know his name. But they talking about we all didn't come over here on the slave ship. They talking about, some of us, was already here. Then you got Whoopi Goldberg and Raven Simone was on The View. They say the same thing. They not African. They said, they've been here too long to be still called an African. They said, we just American. That's what they said. So we want to start with the messenger. Because the problem with Muslims today too is because Muslims think that too. Muslims talk about how we would, because I posted that Choctaw newspaper article on my social media page. And Muslims talking about, brother, we were here before, before the slave ships, because they quoting all this outside stuff. I'm like, well, where the messenger say that? I mean, if you're a Muslim, you need to say what the messenger said. He taught us about history. Yeah. He didn't just leave us hanging to lean on Ivan Van Sertima or Dr. John Henry Clark or Dr. Ben. He taught us history. He said that the black man makes history to last for 25,000 years. He says he make it equal his home circumference. He said the black man can tell the history of the future just as well as he can tell the history of the past. So history is not something that you research. History is something that you given. The messenger didn't research history. The messenger was given our history by those who make history. Because the black man makes history. All praise is due to Allah. Ivan Van Sertima don't make history. He researched history. Chancellor Williams researched history. And when you read their books, they tell you the obstacles that they go through to research history. First, they talk about how they don't speak the language of the people in these countries they're going to research the history. Then Chancellor Williams talk about one of the translators he didn't even trust. He was talking about how he thought that the translator was an Uncle Tom. He didn't even trust him. So how you gonna trust that this person telling you the truth? How you gonna trust? How you know that they telling you all of the history and not leaving out some? How do you know that? Then you gotta get visas for these governments to allow you to go to certain places to do the research. Some places you can't go. So history is not researched. History is made to last for 25,000 years. So we want to start with the messenger. No, we want to start with Sister Marjorie Hassan, another hardcore article from Marjorie Hassan. And this one comes from the May 16th, 1969, Muhammad Speaks, and it's called Muhammad the Good Shepherd. She says, wisdom demands of us that we must know the qualifications of a man to whom care of us is entrusted. If you need a surgeon, you do not submit to a carpenter. And if you are a lamb, shun the wolf. If you do this in everyday life, how much more should we be wise in word and deed in these last days of the civilization and rule of the white man? The white man is a destroyer and trickster from the very making of him, by his father, Mr. Yaqub, as Messenger Muhammad teaches us. We bear witness the word of Messenger Muhammad is truth from Allah God. The shepherd of Allah is in order to prove that he represents Allah God, must be one who leads, feeds, preserves, and heals the sheep. It's qualifications that you have to have, divine qualifications that you have to lead or be a shepherd over black people. Just going doing research for a book does not qualify you to be no shepherd over black people. That's just the bottom line. We don't care as Muslims, and I'm keeping it real. And I don't mean no disrespect to none of these scholars, but I don't read them scholars like really trying to learn, like, let me go read Dr. John Henry Clark to see. No, when I read John Henry Clark, mostly, I'm seeing what John Henry Clark's saying that's in line with what the messenger said. I don't read John Henry Clark trying to really figure out history. I'm keeping it real, because what the messenger said is good enough for me. That's good enough for me. All praise is due to Allah, because he said that his teachings is our salvation. What John Henry Clark and them talking about ain't no salvation. So when I read John Henry Clark, when I read Chancellor Williams or Ivan Van Sertima, I don't read them trying to compare what the messenger said to see if what the messenger's saying is really true, or do I need to add Ivan Van Sertima into what the messenger said so people can believe it? No, the messenger said we came here on slave ships. That's good enough for me, and that's what I'm telling you. We came here on slave ships, brother. John Hawkins brought us here. That's it. I don't care what Ivan Van Sertima said about we being here before Columbus. The messenger said we wasn't here before Columbus. That's what he said. So, as a Muslim, if you believe in the messenger, I don't want to hear nothing about Ivan Van Sertima or John Henry Clark. Tell me what the messenger said. That should be good enough for any Muslim. It should be. The messenger said, back to Sister Marjorie Hassan. She says, the shepherd of Allah God, in order to prove that he represents Allah God, must be one who leads, feeds, preserves, and heals the sheep. Messenger Muhammad is the only shepherd who fulfills all these requirements and is documented by the scriptures. Messenger Muhammad bears the seal of Allah God. Allah God promised us a true and faithful shepherd because other shepherds have not done the job of caring for the sheep. Black man of America. She quotes the Bible, Ezekiel chapter 34, verses 23 through 25 says, and I will set up one shepherd over them. One shepherd. Not two, not three, not this one now and then later on another one. He said, I will set up one shepherd over them, and he shall feed them, even my servant David. He shall feed them, and he shall be their shepherd. And I, the Lord, will be their God. And my servant David, a prince among them, I, the Lord, have spoken it. And I will make with them a covenant of peace, and will cause the evil beast to cease out of the land. And they shall dwell safely in the wilderness and sleep in the woods. So we in the wilderness of North America, right? That's what the messenger said, the prophecy said, that the lost sheep will be in the wilderness of in the wilderness, he said, because they didn't know about North America, but he said in the wilderness. Now in this prophecy, this divine prophecy, God is saying that he gonna set up a shepherd for us, and they shall dwell safely in the wilderness. These other people ain't no shepherds for us. It's not no divine prophecy telling us about these other people. So what they saying, I mean, if you want to read it, read what you want to read. But whenever what they say contradicts what the message, we going with the message. All praise is due to Allah. So the messenger has, and our Savior has arrived, he has, be yourself. And it starts on page 92. He says, Allah's great teaching and warning to us, the so-called Negro, is be yourself. What is our own self? He answers that your own self is a righteous Muslim, born of the tribe of Shabazz. He didn't say nothing about no black Cherokee. He didn't say nothing about no Choctaw. He didn't say nothing about no Shoshone. None of that. Because the messenger said that when the Indians came over here, they were completely guideless. He said that they started building strange God, worshiping the gods of their own hands. So the Cherokee, Allah not going to accept no Cherokee. Allah not going to accept no Navajo. No, accept your own and be yourself. All praise is due to Allah. And he telling us what our self is a righteous Muslim. That's what we are. But we lost the knowledge of ourselves. Lost. He said lost because we were kidnapped and forced to come here. We didn't come up here over here on our own. Because if you saying that it was black people over here before the slave ships, then they not lost. They not lost. They the enemies of Allah. They not lost. Allah didn't come for them. The Native Americans, the Indians, he's not lost. He's not a part of the lost sheep. He was forced to come over here for breaking the laws of Islam. That's the purpose of them being over here. So all that I'm a black Cherokee, that's foolish for a black man to reject your salvation talking about you a black Cherokee. You fuel for the fire if you a black Cherokee. You fuel for the fire if you a black Choctaw. Allah's not going to accept no black Choctaw. He's not going to accept no black Cherokee. He said, the messenger said, if you bring a religion other than Islam, it will not be accepted. Is that right or wrong? Ivan Van Sertima teaching you that? John Henry Clark teaching you that? Dr. Ben teaching you that? No. It's the good shepherd is the one who teaching us that. Because we was in error before the good shepherd was raised up among us. But now we mixing in Ivan Van Sertima and Dr. John Henry Clark. And then if you even go and look at what these people said about the message, because John Henry Clark has articles where he's talking about the messenger. Dr. Ben has articles where he's talking about the messenger. All of them talk about Malcolm X. And when they talking about Malcolm X, they talking about the messenger. Bottom line, when they talk about how it was really Malcolm who grew the nation, that's talking against the messenger. How you gonna say Malcolm grew the nation when the messenger was on the run for 7 years, still teaching Islam, still spreading Islam? The messenger was in prison, still teaching Islam, converting brothers in prison. It was brother Benjamin. He had his article he wrote in 1972 in one of the Muhammad Speaks. I forget the name of the title of the Muhammad Speaks. He was saying how when he met the messenger, he said his name was Mr. Bogans or Bogan or something like that. He said that the messenger was strange to him. He said that the messenger told him because the messenger wanted to rent a room in Brother Benjamin's house. So Brother Benjamin said that the messenger told him, now I'm going to get some letters that's going to be addressed to Muhammad Rasul. I'm going to get another letter addressed to another name he gave him and another name. And Brother Benjamin was like, how you getting all these letters from all these different people? Because when the messenger was on the run, the messenger was still spreading Islam, but he was using aliases. They didn't know him as Elijah Muhammad. Some people knew him as Muhammad Rasul. Some people knew him as Mr. Bogan. That's what so when he told them to write him a letter, they're addressing it to Muhammad Rasul. Where was Malcolm X? Malcolm X ain't know nothing about Islam. The messenger on the run still spreading Islam. And then when they locked him up and put him in jail, he's still converting brothers in prison. Brother James Shabazz was one of the brothers who he converted in prison. Brother James Shabazz, not only did the messenger convert him in prison, he went back to prison to refusing to go to the war. That was the messenger. Then when the messenger was establishing all of these seeds all up and down the East Coast, that's when he was telling Malcolm to go to these places and set up the temple, like help the minister. He the national representative. So he representing the messenger. So when the messenger can't go, he sent Malcolm. Whenever you listen to anything that Malcolm did when he was the national representative for the messenger, go look at the interview on YouTube. It's called Malcolm X and the Chicago Desk, or the Chicago City Desk. It was an interview done by Malcolm as the national representative for the messenger. All the people who think that Malcolm grew the nation, when you look at the questions that they was asking Malcolm, they asked him, why do you wear the name X? That ain't nothing Malcolm came up with. They was asking him questions about the messenger. Is he going to speak during Savior's Day? They was asking, well, do you black Muslims believe this? Why do you black Muslims do that? They wasn't asking him nothing about himself. Every time Malcolm was on the interview, they asking him about the Muslims. They asking him about, what does the Honorable Elijah Muhammad teach y'all? Why do y'all do this? Why do y'all do that? So how can people say that Malcolm grew the nation? And a lot of times when people are talking about Malcolm, they talking against the messenger, but they just doing it through Malcolm. But brothers and sisters, we don't want to prolong the time. So I'll leave you as I came in the Nation of Islam's greeting words of peace of Assalamu alaikum.
Brother Minister, on the other hand, well spoken. I'd like to say in the name of Allah, who came in the person of Master Prophet Muhammad, the true and living God, we forever thank him for raising up in our midst a divine leader, teaching guide, in the person of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. May the peace and blessings of Almighty God, Allah, forever be upon him. Truly grateful in his coming and giving us and leaving with us the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, who is no longer with you and I in the physical form. That what was given to him from Almighty God, Allah, who came in the person of Master Prophet Muhammad, and lived with you and I, the believers. It's indeed an honor and a privilege to be bearing witness in this day and time that there's no God but Allah, who came in the person of Master Prophet Muhammad, and the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, his last and greatest messenger. You know, it's a great day for some and a bad day for others. And the messenger taught us that the harvest is ripe, but the labors are few. He also said that the best of his followers yet in the street. And if nobody will uphold and uplift this banner, those who have understanding, we're obligated in our belief in Almighty God and Allah to carry this, continue to carry this torch. It's a hard job. It's not an easy job. But it's a great reward waiting for those who sacrifice in the end. And we know that we have a God on our side who came in the person of Master Prophet Muhammad, who's present with you and I today, and he has power over all things. There is not a weapon or any kind of weapon that's against defense against him in any kind of war. He has the power over it. And he has knowledge of all things. So we're very blessed to be followers of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, especially in this time, in this troublesome time, with all the killing and murder and all these different kind of things surrounding you and I. And we're like the sheep running from the wolf. And it's a sad thing because we have yet to learn that we're going to have to, come together in unity. And whereas unity, the messenger taught us, is power. And we can't do our own thing. It has to be in accord with what the most honorable Elijah Muhammad had taught us. Because every nation has a turn. Every nation has a turn, the most honorable Elijah Muhammad taught us. And he said that This is also on individuals. We have a turn. And mostly it's based on how we is in accord with what the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad taught us. None of us perfect. It might be a long time before we get like that. But in the meantime, he also said that there was a turn for the people of Moses, Lot, and Noah. And I say it again, individuals, you and I, we have a turn until our time comes. We can't postpone it. That's it. He said this is a warning for the present nations whose term is now coming in. That's the devil, the white man, and all those who follow him in his civilization, in his way of life. Smoking, drinking, gambling, fornicating, lying, committing adultery, cheating, backbiting. All these different kind of things that we pick up from the white man, the devil. The message says our open enemy. He's the one that caused the problems. He's the troublemaker. He's the meddler in people's affairs. The white man. And some of us picked up that same way of life, way of thinking. But we know Allah is present in the person of Master Farad Muhammad. And we're going to be successful, those who want it. The messenger says for those who want it. It's not, you don't have to, he said, don't force it on nobody. He want a willing man. So we don't force Islam on nobody. You can come to the temple, you can, I'm not saying it, come to the temple wherever you at. If you want to. It's not a force. So we don't understand that. You know, these are trying times. These are trying times. Some gonna make it and some not gonna make it. Some of us not gonna make it. Everybody's not gonna accept it. They're not gonna accept this now. Everybody not gonna, so don't worry about it. Do your part. That's what we do your part. That's what we do. We got to clean up and divide ourselves of the devil's habits, because we got plenty of them. Hard-heartedness, hard-necked, stiff-necked and rebellious. We have these tendencies, and we have to get rid of them. I can't point the finger at you, you don't point the finger at me. We clean up and divide ourselves of the devil's habits. You know better than me, I'm no better than you. These are the kind of things. Allah is the judge of this. He's the master of all this. And it's a balance. It's going to weigh like this or like this, uneven. It's a balance. It can't be uneven. It has to be on the square, even. It can't be a little off. It's got to be perfect on the square. This is what we have to do. We should concentrate on our own selves, being obedient to the Lord of all the worlds, who came in the person of Master Farad Muhammad, true and living God. He's only one. He raised up only one to teach us and to guide us. And that's not Elijah Muhammad. Our success lies on obedience to the messenger. That's our success. We won't get it no other way. Our success, obedience to Allah, obedience to the messenger is obedience to Allah. Disobedience to the messenger is disobedient to Allah. So we have to believe in both. You can't believe in one. You have to believe in both. To know these things, brothers and sisters, to know these things, that's salvation. That's on your way to salvation. Just to know these things, the belief. Because there are going to be many obstacles in our way, many obstacles. Not only Islam, many other obstacles in our way. But we hold on to what the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad has taught us. He said, hold on to that plow. It won't let you go. You let it go. It's the same plow that civilized you and I, the teachings of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad. It's the only thing, that's the only salvation. This is our salvation. Islam under the guidance and leadership of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad is our salvation. That's the thing that's going to get us through. Nothing else. I don't care how much money you got. I don't care how many fine cars you got. I don't care how many houses you got, how many clothes you got, jewelry you got, horses, anything. The obedience to Allah in the message. That's what it's going to boil down to. I thank Allah, who came in the person of the Master Farad Muhammad, for blessing us to know who our open enemy is. The white man, the devil. We know this. We're blessed. But do we believe it at heart? Some are all right. As long as everything going all right, it's okay. It's okay. As long as everything going wrong, fine, it's okay. But soon, as a trial or affliction get us, we sink. We go to thinking wrong. See? Any little affliction, any little thing, we get weak. But Allah tries us. See what you're going to do when you're okay, all right. See how you will take it by everything going all right. See, yeah, you're a strong believer. Soon as it's affliction, you got a problem. Right. You got a problem. But remember, Allah is God. He's just God. That's right. Just God. You're a believer, I'm a believer. He's going to do justice with you, he's going to do justice with the other believer. That's how it is. That's how it goes. That's how it goes. He's the judge. Yeah. Let him be the judge. Let Allah be the judge. And it's going to balance out. It's going to balance out. He's with the believer. Yes. That's right, he's with the believer. Just keep him out front. Keep soldiering. Man is God. The black man is God. We little gods. But we have one above us who knows what we know. We don't know what he knows. But we are the God. In any situation, we can handle it. In any situation. We just got to learn how to reclaim our own. Once we learn how to reclaim our own, we're on top. Nothing's going to stop us, brothers. Nothing. Because we know we're the God. We know that God is with us. As long as we in accord with his message. Praise due to Allah. As long as we in accord with what the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad taught us, he with us. Yeah. He with us when we in accord to what he taught. That's right. Praise be to Allah. Came in the person of Master Farad Muhammad. Thank you. We should all thank him for the messenger. Because we all was blind, deaf, and dumb. All of us. Wallowing in the mud. Filth, indecency, and evil. It's going to take unity. That's right. One. Come right or don't come at all. Right. That's what it's boiling down to. That's what it's boiling down to. We got to come right or don't come at all. Come right or don't come at all. Every nation has a turn. And each one of us have a turn. I don't know what's hidden in you, and you don't know what's hidden in me. But Allah knows though. See, He's going to be the judge. Our secret thoughts, our secret feelings, He knows it. He knows it. But pray Allah that you're good outweigh your bad. That's right. I'm not talking about you look on the surface. It's not on the surface. It's what's beneath the surface. That's what it is. You know. Allah is the judge of this thing. He ain't justice. He gives justice. He gives justice to the devil. He ain't give the devil, and he know he's the cause of the whole thing. But he gives justice to the white man. He gives the white man a chance. He's still giving him a chance. But he know he ain't going to accept it. But he's giving him a chance, but he ain't going to have no excuse. That's right, he giving him a chance. Some of them, they won't see the hereafter, but they will be rewarded. Those who accept it, the belief, just on the fact that they believe. Allah rewards them for the good. These are devils. The white man. So what do you think about you and me? This is our God, who gave us a messenger to teach and guide us. Over 44 years, this man stood his ground. All kinds of trials afflicted him, but he held on to it. Liars, slanderers, backbiters, robbers lied on him, but he held his ground. Praise be to God, he held his ground. All afflictions, brother was saying, went to jail. 4 years in the federal penitentiary. He didn't squawk. He said, don't flinch, you might go. That's what he said. We had a messenger. And he making gods out of us, black man. Rulers. We just got to be ready to get ready and be ready to accept our own. Messenger, accept your own and be yourself. What's yourself? A righteous Muslim. Yourself a righteous Muslim, and that's what we are. We got to get righteous. We're not righteous yet. We got to get righteous. We have to be right in our dealing. Yes. I know that. I know that for a fact. Every nation has this term. The messenger said that this is the resurrection of the so-called American Negro. The dry bones of the valley. Our people that's out there who don't know the truth, who had never accepted the truth. But the messenger said the best of his followers are yet in the street. That's what he said. We should thank him for allowing us to be a part of this building of a nation. It fell and gonna rise and never to fall again. And it's gonna get done, whether we do it or not. Allah send those in here who want to do. Not only here, I'm talking about the whole nation, followers of the messenger. He's going to send those in who want to do. And those who don't want to do, they don't have to do. They don't have to do. They don't have to do if they want to do. Praise be to Allah. They don't have to do it if they want to. It's okay. It's all right. They never got to do it. If you don't want to, Allah can send somebody in who be gladly to do it. See, gladly to do what we doing. So it's we don't have to worry about that no more. Don't you even worry about that. Just worry, keep doing what you're doing. And those who not in accord with what the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad taught will fall by the wayside. That's just how it is. Just how it is. So we're very fortunate to know these things and to have had a messenger to teach and guide us. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad. There's nothing that he didn't go through, brothers and sisters, that we have to go through. He went through all. He didn't do nothing. We hadn't did anything that he didn't do. He was a believer. He was a messenger. And Allah was with him. He says, you with me 100%, Allah's with you 1,000%. He said, but if you deviate from me, he deviates from you. Well, here it is, though. Here's the catch. If you're with me 100%, Allah is with you 1,000%. He said 100%. He didn't say 98% or 95%. He said 100%. Allah is with you 1,000%. There's a difference. He didn't say 60% or 50%. He said 100%. So that takes what? Work. You ain't got time to worry about nobody else. Work and get yourself in order. This is the key. 100%, he said. And he goes on and he back his own self up when he said Allah demands 100% obedience to his law. And he come back and say, if you with me 100%, Allah with you 1,000%. So what he telling you? You can't come short. You got to bring it all. Every ounce of it. You got to bring it all. We point no think, bring it all. That's how it go. Thank Allah. We get understanding on what's going on. Because he's the God, he sees and he knows all. He knows what's hidden. We're going to be successful, and we are successful. Go get the dead. Don't worry about this. Get the lost found. That keeps us busy. When we go get the dead, that keeps us busy. We focusing on what we should be doing. Get the lost found, brothers and sisters, and bring them in here. Them the dry bones. Go get them and teach them. Don't worry about this. Go get them. Teach them what to do. They'll be glad to do it. Yeah. They'll be happy to do it. They see us doing it. It's the thing. They got to see you and I doing it. When we do it, they'll do it. They'll let us do it. They don't like the condition that they're in. When we was out there, we didn't like the condition they're in. We made a choice. We got to give him the same opportunity. Just go out there and get them. And if we focus and go get them, people are mind now, we can get them. 100% to his law. That's what he said. And that's what he means. So it ain't no time to be foolishness. Ain't no time to be sport and play and hooky-dory running around. Ain't no time for that. It's nation time. We're building a nation. That's right. And Allah is with us. He's with the patient. That's not going to happen. We've been working and striving. They come in and leave. But that's okay. Allah trying all of us. Trying all of us. So who's standing on the verge? Yeah. So who's waiting to see what's going on? Who's sitting back plotting? You know all this. We've been in the nation. All this kind of stuff exists. Yeah. Hypocrites, fault finders, backbiters, all this exists. But Allah's weeding them out. He weeding the hypocrite out. He weeding the backbiter out. He weeding the hard-hearted stony out. That's what he weeding. He weeding them out. That's what he doing. He weeding them out. We ain't got it made yet. No. We got a long way. We ain't made yet. That brown germ is still around. We ain't made it yet. Thank Allah. Came the person of Master Prophet Muhammad, true living God. All kinds of excuses. Excuses. Nothing but excuses. Drinking, smoking, shacking up, all these different kind of things. Getting high. Smoking weed. They got weed houses all around the city. In Detroit. Not in the suburbs. Not on the outskirts, but in Detroit. You can't go over there across Kelly Road and see no kind of weed house. You can't go out there in Grosse Pointe. Troy. All these little cities where the devils go out and got some black people out there thinking they white. You don't find weed houses out there, but you find them in the city. Young brothers and sisters smoking dope. That's all they do. Smoke weed, cloud up their brain. They don't know nothing about the messenger. And then you look around, all this, we're too busy fighting among each other, too busy fighting inside it to get anything done. Too worried about inside. Take your focus from what we should be doing. See? Making excuses not to come. Making excuses not to work. These kind of things, what's happening. But it's going to be weeded out. This is the days of manifestation of defects. You got them, I got them, we all got them. Defects. Shortcomings. That's defects. We all got them. Work on them. I'm sure working on mine with all our help. I'm going to work on mine. He know my shortcomings. I know them too. You know yours, and he know them too. But work on them. We get the dead. That's what we should be working on, getting the dead also. The other day, we had so much, we were so busy, we had time to think about nothing. But the right thing. Getting the dead. That's what we thought about. We didn't have no, what you call it, some kind of distractions. It was program time. And that's what we sat down and we thought we came up with some good solutions. It should be a carryover. See? It's a lot of work to be done. The message says, get the dead. Focus on getting the dead. That's the whole key. Get the lost found brothers and sisters out there who's wallowing in the mud. Take the spike out the brother's arm. Get the sister off the corner. Take the wine bottle out the brother's mouth. Take the dope out his nose. Take the crack, cocaine out his nose. Think about that. Get him in the temple, get her in the temple. And try to save them. Won't have time for bull stuff. We got to get on our job. Don't you know we be held responsible? Yeah. There's a penalty. There's a penalty for that. Sitting down on the job. Making excuses. It's a penalty for that. We take our law lightly. Yeah. Think he don't punish you or me. He'll get you in this due time. He'll get you in this due time. He's going to get you in the due time. If we're not in accord, he's going to get us in the due time. He's going to send somebody in to take your place, my place, just push it on out the way. Why? Because we ain't doing nothing. But finding fault. Thank Allah. We came to pray for the master problem. Bless me to be strong, to be a soldier. Just do what I can do. I can't do what you do. I can do what I can do, what he allowed me to do. That's the way to do. I can do what he allowed me to do. That's all I couldn't do. You worry yourself to death. Look what the messenger went through. We couldn't stand half of what he went through. Black folks, believers, killed him. Worried about him. He just worried. Heart attack. Had a heart. He just worried all the time about you and I. Worried about this, worried about that, because we wouldn't take in what he taught us to do. We just was lazy. He thought about us all the time, 24/7, all the time. We worried him. Just worried him. Yeah. Prophet Muhammad, same thing. Worried him. There's a history there. Heart failure. We can do so many other things for what we should be doing. See, there should be unity. On the same page. Everybody. It should be unity. That's what it should be. No individualism. No hidden agenda. What the messenger taught. That's one of the problems. If we don't get it together, we're going to send somebody in here. We're going to send somebody in here. And I pray Allah stay in here. I want to stay on his good side. Stay on Allah's good side. I pray Allah to bless me to stay on his good side. Regardless of whatever it is, stay on his good side. Why we can't work in unity? We believe in the same God, we say. We believe in the same teachings, we say. We believe in all the purpose of God. We believe what the message taught us, we say. What's the problem? All kinds of egos. All kinds of egos. But the solution to the problem is divine. Honorable Elijah Muhammad has given us the key. He given us the key to go for ourselves, to do for self, if we want to. If you say you believe in the message and I believe in the message, what's the problem? We say ego or whatever it is. Some of them just don't want to do it. See? Don't make no difference, just don't want to do it. So if you don't want to do it, you don't have to do it. Step aside. That's all, step aside. And let us do it. But no, they don't want to do that. They don't want to step aside. They just want to just ling along. But the old saying said, ling along, but die you must. So we're very fortunate, brothers and sisters, to be followers of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad. We shouldn't take this teaching for granted. Don't take this teaching lightly. Because your salvation depends on it. You be out there fiddling and dancing all you want to. Allah sees. He sees. He knows. He knows what's hidden in our hearts and our minds. He knows this. So we should be thankful and grateful for his mercy, coming to seek and to save that which was lost. Master Farad Muhammad, the Lord of the world, he found only one from among you and I to teach and guide us. That's the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. He didn't fail in his duty. He didn't fail at all. He was successful in his teaching. His mission was successful. He was successful. And as long as we obey him and follow him, we're going to be successful, without a doubt. Because we have the God on our side, who's well able to protect us, to fight our battles. Never lost a battle. Always was a winner. Master Farad Muhammad, the Lord of all the worlds. It's our God the messenger taught us to pray to. 5 times a day he taught us to pray to him. Now to read what it said, what was it when I put that thing down? Was it in the prayer, sir? It's the message when I read. He said it's not so much as what I'm saying, the 5 prayers, but it's the obedience that you and I show. You understand what I'm saying? We say in our prayers, but we want to be obedient, not going through the motion, not just, oh, it's prayer time, oh, it's prayer time. No, not that. The willingness to obey, that's the prize. You can say prayer all over. Oh, it's prayer time. Yeah, it's prayer. But rush into it. Wanting to do it. The obedience, being obedient to it. That's the key. That's the key. Oh, 3 o'clock prayer. Yeah, but you ready for it. You can't wait for it. You really want to be obedient. You really want to hard and do it, because you can't wait for it. That's the glory. That's the blessing that you receive from Almighty God Allah. The willingness to comply and to obey him. Master Farad Muhammad, true and living God. See? Because we obeying the messenger teaching us and taught us what to do. And we do this with zest. You know, we do this with zest. We really want to do this. It's not, oh man, you know, it's, yeah, we fired up. Fired up to do it. Fire up. You'll see a brother say, man, that brother on fire. You moving. You up, you up. But you on fire. You willing, you ready. That's what we have to do. We want to be ready to be a good Muslim. Follow the messenger. This is what our reward comes. We're going to be the winner. We're going through trials, hard trials, necessary to establish truth. We're going to be winners, though, in the end. Praise this be to Allah. We're going to be winners in the end. The message said, of the United Nations, you can accomplish as you will. As you will, as we will. The brother was telling how good, to show you what you're talking about. You feel so good to say how good. He said, man, I feel good about the movie now. Praise be to Allah. You understand what I'm saying? That's the feeling. I feel good, but it's prayer time. I feel good about it. I'm not sucking, I feel good about it. When you said it, you saw the Spirit, you felt the Spirit. That's what you should have. I feel good about the movie tonight. There's something good about it. That's in the program. That's how we're supposed to feel. That's how we're supposed to react to the work that Allah bless us to do as followers of His message. We should be zealous followers of the message. Humble followers of the message. Warriors and fighters for the message. Down of Elijah Muhammad. Because he most certainly fought for you and I. 44 years this man fought for you and I. Never did he deviate. Never did he take a bribe. He always stayed on course. He always kept us in his mind. Foremost in his mind. He always worried about my poor followers. That's what he did. That's the kind of man he was. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad. You won't get another like him. There's none like him. He's the last and greatest messenger of them all. Assalamu alaikum.
In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful. All praises due to Allah, the Lord of the worlds, the Beneficent, the Merciful. So, Master's Day of Judgment in which we now live, the alone do we serve, and the alone seek for thine help and aid. O Allah, guide us on the right path of those upon whom thou hast filled thy favors, not on the path of those upon whom thy wrath is brought down, nor those who go astray after they heard thy teachings. Say here Allah is one God. Allah is he of whom nothing is independent, but upon whom we all depend. He begetteth not, nor is he begotten, there is none like him. And I bear witness that none is there to be served, worship, praise besides Allah, who came in the person of Master Farad Muhammad. And I bear witness that the Honorable Elijah Muhammad is our true servant and last apostle. Ameen. Honorable Elijah Muhammad taught us not to do anything to anyone. We wouldn't have done it to ourselves and treat everybody right, even the devil. Assalamu alaikum. And I wanted to read it's a postcard that Sister Badia sent us. I was going to read it. It says, Assalamu alaikum, dear brothers and sisters. I hope Allah has kept everyone in good health and good spirits. My shipped items have arrived, and I can finally live in my new home. Please enjoy my souvenirs as an extension of aloha from Hawaii. May Allah bless us all with a happy Nation of Islam 4th of July. Sister Badia.